What's up, everybody? It's the VG Prodigy here. So, I've been thinking, there's not really an easy way to grind for blueprints in Genesis. Of course, other than the obvious, is maybe buying some loot crates and crossing your fingers and hoping you get something good, or fishing. Now, I've realized you get quite a bit of fishing rods from miscellaneous missions. The thing is there's not really a lot of places that you're actually able to fish in Genesis. The reason for that being is because a lot of places in Genesis are mission areas, meaning you can't put down a chair, you just can't fish. So there are areas that you can fish, like in some of the ocean biome, but it's an ocean biome. There's not, the fish are kind of far and few between. You aren't really going to find a lot of high level fish. Now, there are places that are in mission areas, like say if you go to the Arctic, there's a like an ice fishing area. There's a mission there. If you follow the river upstream, there's a lot of saber-toothed salmon that spawn up there. This is where I did a lot of my testing to try and see if I could find some sort of loophole that the community wasn't maybe thinking about, maybe some people knew about but didn't post online, because I couldn't find anything, maybe something someone overlooked. And I found a solution, and I'd like to share that with you guys. Now, I've tried a lot of different theories. I tried, of course, putting a chair down. Doesn't work, it's a mission area. Try putting a boat down, works, but you can't put a chair on it because it's a mission area. I tried Pelagornis, because you can fish off of a Pelagornis. They're unrideable in Genesis. And eventually I found one theory, I tested one of my theories, and it ended up working, and I wasn't actually even aware that this was something you could do. I guess you can fish off of the gas bags, long story short. If you knew that, awesome, perfect. Now, this is where it gets finicky, because Ark is very finicky. So let's go ahead and go into the footage on the fishing, and I'll explain a little bit for you guys. Long story short, fishing off of gas bags is probably the best way to get blueprints right now in Genesis. It's pretty consistent, and honey is, depending, if you got some Bloodstalkers, it's fairly easy to get, honestly, you probably might have better luck getting leech blood, which might sound hard at first. However, I did find out that if you go to the lunar caves, there is one lunar cave. I don't know if you play on official, you might have some people built up on it, but there's one cave that is actually a mission zone that cannot be built in, and that is, I believe, the the cave by the south spawn. You can go in there, kill some lampreys, and get quite a bit of leech blood off of those guys. I personally put in a lot of effort to tame bees, so I used honey. Now, the trick with gas bags, in order to fish off of them, is you have to inflate yourself, float in the middle of the ocean, and of course cast and fish like you normally would. Perfect. Now, Ark gets a little buggy, and sometimes if the gas bags is moved, or if it's kind of like slowly moving, eventually it'll cancel the fishing animation. So one trick that I did is, as soon as I was in the area that I wanted to fish, I dismounted to stop the creature from moving, remounted, and then fished from there. And that was basically it. It just took a little bit of tweaking to just kind of get everything still, and I was able to fish fairly consistently. That being said, they don't really give, like, as far as the blueprints goes, there was nothing really game breaking that I was able to get. I had some ascendant fishing rods, and I was getting some pretty high level salmon, but the only things that really stood out, maybe that's good for you if you're maybe early game, or not, I guess not even early game, just really depends. I was getting some long neck blueprints, which is good for taming if you need to tame. Now, on top of that, I was also getting some fur blueprints, which is good because flak is not as easy to get in Genesis. So that way you'll have some sort of decent armor. So say if you're going to use it for raid, you can use flak. It'll be a decent substitute, and fur isn't exactly the hardest thing to get. But that is it. Short and sweet little video on how to fish pretty much anywhere in Genesis. I hope I covered everything. If you have any questions, just feel free to leave a comment. I will do my best to answer you. Who knows, maybe you might have a strategy that I didn't even think of. Keep in mind, all of this isn't official, completely official, so this works. But yeah, let me know what your thoughts are. Thank you so much for watching. Please hit that like button if you enjoyed it. It helps me out so much. Let that YouTube algorithm know that you loved it, and it'll hopefully show it to some other people. That subscribe button helps me out so much. This is the Video Game Prodigy, and I will see you guys next time.